Well, welcome to Mx3, our weekly update about what's going on at Harvest Church. I'm sitting in front of our new missions wall that we're really excited about, where we're going to be able to get updates on all of the mission partnerships that we interact with throughout the year, and we're just excited to partner with one of those. We're going to have a local, a national, and an international section to where people can get updates from our missions partnerships, and so we're really excited about that. And we had a great day at Harvest yesterday. We had 224 in attendance and a ton at Awana last night, and Area 51 was going really strong with as they're finishing up their Crazy Love study. And so it was really exciting to see all the things that are happening at Harvest. We had our new membership class yesterday, where we had some new people sign the membership covenant, which was really exciting. So lots of great things going on at Harvest. But I want to jump into our sermon from yesterday and the message to kind of get some of the motivational points out of that and applications that came away from that.
Romans chapter 12, verses 6 through 8. We're continuing our study of spiritual gifts and what the Bible has to say about it.
Yeah. So we'll jump into the takeaways. I'll read the takeaways and let you kind of flesh those out a little bit. So God will place you in a local church where your unique grace gifts are necessary to the fullest expression of His love for that community in that context, to discover and invest.
Right. So every church has a need meeting ministry, and God doesn't put churches in communities by accident. So if you are in a local church, it's because your gifts are necessary to that local church. We hope it's Harvest. If it's not, we're very much about getting you to the place where God can use you the best. So learn what your gifts are and plug them in the fullest expression possible in that context.
Awesome. Takeaway 2. The most miserable people in the world aren't those outside the kingdom. They're the ones who know how good it can be inside of the kingdom in a local church, but aren't invested.
Exactly. So we say a lot of times, boy, people would have a lot more joy if they were just born again. Well, that's true, you would, but you'll have the most joy if you're born again and you know why God's put you in a particular local church setting. And so we want people to be fully invested, hopefully at Harvest again, but if not, wherever you are, be fully invested there. Get yourself to worship, make it a priority. Learn what your gifts are and serve with them. Get involved in a life group ministry, a Sunday school ministry. Fully invest. Some people say to me, Pastor Nick, they say, you make it sound so easy and like that's the solution to everything. I don't think it's a solution to everything, but until you've exhausted those 3 very simple resources, don't say that those can't be of benefit to you.
Right. But it really ties in with the idea of we're not just saved from something, but we're saved to something with purpose. And so I really loved that takeaway from yesterday. Takeaway 3, let's not lose sight of the practical utility of a full complement of spiritual gifts in a local church setting. Simply put, we need you to step up and do your thing here.
Right, they're very utilitarian, and that's the point. We tend to over-spiritualize everything in churches. Not that there isn't a spiritual component, but there's a very practical component. We need people with the gift of service to, serve. We need people with the gifts of teaching to teach. All these things are very necessary to a church, and so whatever your gifts are, they're just a practical use for all of them.
Absolutely. Takeaway 4, negative aspects of life are an inevitability. But misery is a choice. It's optional. Since we have a choice as to how we serve with our gifts, let us decide to serve cheerfully.
Yeah, and I admitted yesterday in the sermon that I was probably taking verse 8 out of context, but not so much so that you couldn't extrapolate that from other places in the Bible that speak of spiritual gifts. That verse 8 is probably talking about being cheerful, in particular with the gift of mercy. But I think God wants us to cheerfully exercise all of the spiritual gifts, and we can do that miserably or we can do that cheerfully. We do have a choice in it, so let's choose to be cheerful about it.
Well, awesome. Well, those are our 4 takeaways from yesterday's sermon. I think they were really applicable to what's going on here at Harvest and getting people involved in service and servant teams, and we're really excited to see how God's really going to use, He's assembling a team really, and how He's going to use that team to reach our community, and that's kind of why we set up in front of the missions wall. So we're really excited. We hope that this is motivational for your week this week and very applicable, and we look forward to seeing you very soon.